Hi everyone, this is Susan here, and I'm here with some tips and advice on starting your WordPress blog. You do not have to use WordPress as a platform if you don't want to, if you've used it before. However, if you haven't used it, I would encourage you to try it. It's used by a lot of companies, organizations, and brands. It's really the #1 site used for professional purposes, so it really is a good add-on for your resume. It might not be quite as intuitive and quite as easy as Wix, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty manageable. And I've had students tell me they prefer WordPress, and I've also had students tell me they prefer Wix. But in any event, so when you sign up, you're going to come to the WordPress.com page. There's nothing to download and there's nothing to pay. I already have an account, so what I did was I came in and I went into my account. This is what you will see once you have your account set up. This will be your main menu always for whatever you're doing in WordPress. So if you already have a WordPress account and you want to start a new blog, and here's the blog I have, and I'm saying please switch my sites, and then it'll bring you down here and you can add a new site. All right, now this should be pretty similar to what you're going to see if you're just starting an account. WordPress is going to ask you for all of this information, and you really don't even need to give it. You can just say, like here, I'm just going to put continue. I'm not even answering what this is for. But here you have to give your site an address. This is your URL. Now, what's going to happen is WordPress will tell you if the free URL of this is available, and then what your options are if you don't. Okay, and we'll talk more about domains later. A domain is just your, SusanMcGee.com. That's a URL. So for this purpose in this class, and because you might want to use this later in your portfolio when you do your 698 course, which I just taught this past fall, and quite a few students did really need the blog that they did for the social media class in that portfolio. So you want to give it just a kind of a name that's, like you could do Susan Social Media Blog. And let's see if that's going to be free. And then it'll say, and obviously I do not want to pay, so we're going down here. And then look, Susan Social Media Blog, WordPress.com. I'm going to select it because it's free. Now, if you don't like it, you can come back up and you can try some different things. But we're just going for the free version. That means our URL will have WordPress.com attached to it. We'll also have ads that WordPress.com will run. To have a non-ad version, you would need to upgrade and pay, which some students do later on if they want to continue the blog or use the blog as a basis for an online portfolio. Okay. So picking a plan that's right for you is easy because you're starting free. So just start free. Okay. All right. And it's going to bring you to this very generic place here. This is just a sort of a mock-up blog, very, very, very simple. You can certainly keep this template. Of course, most people love to go around and, of course, pick out fun themes. And the way that you'll do that, okay, is, so you have two choices. You can stop right now and you can say, okay, I know what I want my site title to be. I want it to be Susan's Social Media Blog or something. But you know what I would do? I would come over here and I would go to Customize. Whenever you want to do anything like with colors or headers or images or fonts on your main blog, you're going to always come to Customize. And then you would click Customize to customize your blog. But for right now, we're going into themes. And you can always get into themes this way. You can switch themes as much as you want. It'll bring everything over and it'll show you what it's going to look like. I would just search for free because we're going to use a free template. And these are some of your choices. Now, I would like to recommend that you keep this template really super simple. We are not doing a fully branded blog. Those of you who have had digital publishing with me, you did create a branded blog. We're not doing that to this extent. We're using this as a platform to teach you long-form social media. and also that you can have these samples later and by having a properly formatted blog. So I would recommend keeping one of these very simple ones, especially if you are a beginner. Stick with a beginner one, because whatever are on these pages, image-wise, you really have to kind of customize it and make it your own. So I think rather than have to spend a lot of time doing that, the simpler you go. I kind of even this one might be a little boring, something like this, but you really have to make it your own at some point. So these are not as helpful for us right now, where they have this main image in the back, because you have to deal with that image. So again, I would keep it simple, but you choose what you want. Like this one I think is nice and simple. These are simple. So the more illustration it has, the more you're going to have to customize those photographs and such. But so choose what you want, and once you choose one, I'm just going to choose this randomly. It's going to give me all of this opportunity for some help, and that is fine, but I'm just going to activate the design. And then you can learn about the theme or just go to customize, and then you can just start customizing it. The basic customization that you need to do at this point is pretty simple, and that is just give it a site title. You can change this at any time. Okay. Now, when you choose customize, remember on that main menu I showed you before, if I X this out, oops, I didn't mean to do that. How do I get back there? What did I do? Don't worry, you can't break it. Oh, here, customize site. So I'm going to go back. Okay. So here, this is where, again, I chose the themes to get into themes. Now I want to customize. And that's going to take me into that menu. And this will probably pop you automatically here. Okay, so this is what you can customize. So you're going to put in, you can go here, you can put in your site identity. It's pretty easy. You'll see how to do it. Oops. Susan's blog, just something simple for now. And then all of these I will deal with a little later. If I want to add a little logo somewhere, I guess I'm not sure where it will appear. I could do that. I'm not going to worry about any of that right now. If I have a tagline, Susan's blog, all about social or something, it doesn't really, again, you can put anything in and change it at any time. Okay? And then to save anything, you need to publish. All right, and then, so that's really all you need to do now. Oh, and the one thing I forgot, after you establish your account, then you need to go to your email and authenticate it. And until you do that, you're going to be able to get like this far, but you won't be able to actually publish anything. Okay? So it is published, and we're going to leave it right there for now. You've got plenty of time to tinker around. You're not going to have that much contact here. You're going to have a few blog posts and a very short about, and that's it. So don't worry about it. When you want to go back out, you can always get out to your main menu by just choosing up here. We'll go through some of these later because some of these are important. I'm just trying to find how do I get to my main menu? From here. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, here we go. So this is my main menu, and I'm back, and then I can view site, and that it will just take me there. Okay, and that's all we need. So all you need to do is get to this point where you choose a theme and put in a name. Okay, and I will have more about this later.